So, how I live better in the Philippines than I did in America. I lived in America till I was 45 years old. And before I left, I was living in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I needed $5,000 a month just to sustain my lifestyle. I had a condominium that was close to $2,000 after utilities, maybe like $1,500, a couple hundred for electric. Internet was like $50. My cell phone plan was like $60 a month, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I needed to maintain car insurance for a high-end vehicle. So, I was right there. I guess if you include car insurance, at probably $2,000 with that. Then I had quite a bit of car repairs on a foreign car. Food is way more expensive during the pandemic. The place that I would eat, I used to go to the sushi all-you-can-eat place that was like $20, $25. After COVID, it was like $40. Just kind of getting by, shopping at Trader Joe's, maybe Whole Foods once in a blue moon, cooking at home sometimes, eating out sometimes, going to Starbucks was like $7 for the drink I like, where it's $4 here. So just in general, my prices were way higher. So I would say I was maybe barely middle class or trying to be middle class in America. I obviously had some years when I was a six-figure guy, but I was right around 60K before I left. And that's not really setting the world on fire. You're living a quiet little life. You have a really nice accommodation. I had like tennis courts and a 2-story gym and a steam room and all that, but you're not exactly living a rich lifestyle in Las Vegas, Nevada in 2022 when I left, for $5,000 a month. Now I had a really nice car paid off. I had this and that, but at the end of the day, just the housing alone, you're at a couple of grand a month. Here, I can live good for a couple of grand a month. I'm probably spending much more than that. I'm probably at $3,000 or around the $3,000 mark, give or take. But I certainly could, my condo here is $800 all in, or no, $800 for the rent. And then you add utilities and I'm maybe at $900 rather than, double that to live in Vegas. And I'm in, uptown BGC in a nice building. Traveling around, as I stated in a previous video, is dirt cheap compared to America. In America, if you don't have thousands and thousands of dollars, you're not going anywhere. You are in a situation where you can barely even consider traveling unless you're going to drive there or, whatever. So traveling around is much cheaper. As I stated in a previous video, you can fly to Boracay or fly to Cebu or fly to anywhere but Siargao, realistically, or directly into El Nido for a couple thousand pesos if you book it in advance, sometimes 1,000 pesos. Last minute, maybe $90. So that's unheard of in the West. Cooking at home, you can do that for much cheaper, whether you choose to shop at the local places or you choose to shop even at a market in like a BGC or a Makati or something. Food is going to be a bit cheaper with the exception of imported goods. Eating out in like a Boracay or a Bohol or something, food will be close to America price, like in Boracay, but in America you wouldn't be sitting on the ocean with oceanfront seating for that price. In Bohol, I had, a meal on the beach, literally on the beach, in like a perfect romantic setting with my girl for 800 pesos for both of us. In America, that would be $200-300. We flew to Bohol for like 2,000 pesos each. In America, you would not be flying to, Malibu or Miami or something for, $36. So it's just a no-brainer that your quality of life is way, way, way higher. I'm upper middle class easily in the Philippines. Whereas in America, maybe lower middle class, maybe middle class on those 6-figure years, maybe, in an Arkansas or something, I'd probably be well into the middle class. But in Vegas or LA or something, 60 grand? Oh man, you're probably lower middle class or teetering, getting by decently, but it's just you're existing, you're not living. So you want to live, you don't want to exist. You want to be able to go to that white sand beach on the weekend. You want to be able to go to Baguio, go to Cebu, go to, Thailand, Bali, wherever you want to go, not just be, oh, I have enough to eat food every day, go out to eat once a week, get a Starbucks once a week, and maintain my fancy car and my luxury condo. That's existing, in my opinion. Now, other people had it worse than me. I'm not complaining, but my quality of life is 10 times higher in the Philippines. You'll have options of women that you would never ever have in America on a consistent basis. You'll have, like I said, the travel options. You will be looked at sort of like a celebrity in the cities, in the province, not so much all the time. And that can vary, but you will be treated very well, even if it's for the fact that they think that you have money. But, you know, one thing you don't want to do is ever go broke in a foreign land. And you need to be able to sustain yourself. People always ask me what I do. They come into my live streams and ask me what I do for money here. And I say, you're watching it right now. I think people sometimes think that you don't make anything on YouTube or that it's just a public service. That is not the case. If your channel gets some traction, obviously, and that was an absolute blessing that I never expected. I did come here at 45, which most guys will find impossible to do. I was lucky that I had a chunk of money, and I figured if it lasts me 5 years and I got to go back home, no problem. Better than not enjoying 45 to 50. So we shall see what the future holds, but definitely blessed beyond belief. And I definitely live a way better life here from top to bottom. I always say my life in Vegas was a 7. My life here is a 10. Nothing is perfect. There are drawbacks to the Philippines, such as customer service and humidity, but it's a great trade-off for your raised value with women, as I've always said, for cheaper rent, for being able to get your house cleaned for $10 for 90 minutes, $15, being able to take a Grab, which is our Uber, for 5 to 10% of the price. You know, the list goes on and on and on of how you can live an upper middle class lifestyle in the Philippines for lower middle class money in America or any Western country. So definitely need to do a discovery trip. Do not just throw away your life and come here because I said it was great or another YouTuber said it was great. You need to really, really get a feel for the Philippines. You don't want to just, you know, throw your life away and then come out and realize that the Philippines does not agree with you. The Philippines is a very traditional country, very marriage oriented. Filipinas date to marry. Filipinas families have tremendous influence over them into their 30s and 40s even. Philippines is a conservative country. Philippines is a situation where you may meet a woman or meet multiple women before you meet a girl that could put you first. Normally her parents, perhaps her child, maybe her career will come first. So if you find a girl that puts you first that you're compatible with, certainly hold on to that girl. That was a big challenge for me until I met my girl. As I've stated before, the customer service is not the greatest, but all in all, the Philippines is a happy place with very happy people. Some of the most beautiful beaches you've ever seen in your life. There is excellent food, contrary to popular belief. And just the happiness of the Filipino people is something that is unparalleled. I've noticed many other places where people just don't seem to have that happiness, regardless of their pay wage. Filipinos are always smiling, always laughing. You are not in danger. I've never had any issues, and they have welcomed me into their country, and I do my best to promote it to bring more Western dollars into the Philippines. But everything I say is an absolute fact. You know, there are drawbacks, but it's certainly a way better deal for men. I'm not saying for women. Women, you know, have never had it better in the West. You know, Lizzo's on the cover of Vogue, but men are shamed for being heavy. So I'm not saying women. Women should visit here. Women can wanderlust their way to Boracay or Siargao. But for men to live, because men come to places for women. I came here mainly to stretch my dollar and to enjoy a different culture and to get out of America and come to Southeast Asia, since most of the women I was dating were from Southeast Asia anyway. But women were certainly part of the factor, seeing the warm reception I got from women online, etc. So I do consultations. You can email me under my About section of my channel, or jasperinthephilippines@gmail.com if you're planning a discovery trip or planning to move here, or you haven't been here in 20 years, or you just got here, or you want to blow up on YouTube, or you have an LDR and you want to know if she's scamming you, whatever the case may be. I go live every single day at 9 a.m. Manila time. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and sana all.